Well, millions of children in this country and around the world now face several weeks, possibly months, in various degrees of lockdown or confinement at home. Experts fear it will take a significant psychological toll on families across the globe. The Hollywood superstar Goldie Hawn has spent years helping develop a programme to work with children and their mental health. It's called MindUp, and it's trained over 150,000 teachers and helped nearly 6 million children. Well, she was supposed to be talking to me here in London this week. Instead, she's safely shut in her home, or I hope she's safely shut in her home in Los Angeles. And she joins me now. So, Goldie, thanks very much for joining us. And I mean, you know, stress and anxiety among children must be at very high levels with this shutdown that you're experiencing, many people are experiencing around the world, this sudden confinement.
Yes, it is. And what we've been trying to work with children for all these years started in after 9/11. And it was because our children are going to inherit the rest of this world. We have to make sure that we take care of their emotionality to teach them. So we're teaching them about their brain and how it works. And I want to share a little bit about that today because we have a lot of research on this. It's worked. We have to manage our emotions. Cuomo was saying just now recently, I am going to manage my emotions now. I have to get things done. And afterwards, I will be able to give everyone a piece of my mind. Well, when we're living in small quarters, one thing that I want our parents to know is that they too need to create an atmosphere for children. It's very hard because our brain is on alert. And when the amygdala in the brain of the limbic system is alert, then we don't think well. And that's what's it about. It sort of hijacks our thinking. It hijacks our ability to feel happy. It hijacks our ability to give our children what they deserve. So I know it's very hard to be locked up, but if you can think of some wonderful things to do with your children, keep them positive. Don't fight with your spouse. Don't fight with your children. Reactivity is one of the most dangerous things for our little ones. Yeah. So we do have on our website, which is mindup.org.uk, a MindUp family that we've just launched. Go to that. There are many things we can do. And I really feel this so deeply. MindUp has been a great.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, Goldie. I just want to ask you, Goldie. You mentioned there that you started it after 9/11. You saw the impact on children's mental health then. You decided to launch the program. Do you think this will have a similar impact?
I think that it will, for sure. One of the areas that we can look at, okay, so because we have positive and negative, we have, let's look at things optimistically or pessimistically. When we look at the ability of our families actually being together, or that we get to Zoom together, or FaceTime together, we realize really on the positive that we really get to spend very, very important time together. And it's why we have to look and create a calm in our own mind, because that will allow us to actually be in this moment with our children, in this moment, because one day, everyone, this won't be happening. We will eventually come back to normal. And this is where we have to actually look at this and say, right now, we are going to do amazing things at home. We'll have our little corners. We'll have our little games that we do. And mom and dad, contagion and anger and hurt and fear is also very, very contagious to our children. They will experience it themselves. So we do a service to our kids and a service to each other. Don't fight. Don't be angry at each other. Just love your children. Yeah. That's all we have to do.
And specifically, I mean, if there's a mum or dad, you know, in a small house with the children are agitated, they're stressed, just what a couple of things they could be doing.
Well, one of the things is I will say that I worked with Mind Candy, which is an app, and I created a basically what we do a brain break. It's a form of a meditation, I suppose, but really it's short, but it gives children and parents and the whole family an ability to get down, sit down together and quiet and calm our minds. And it's really been very effective. The other thing to do is to create games together, to tell positive stories, because the way the brain works, the more positive energy you have, the neurons actually fire together, they wire together. So we want to be able to give these children the ability to think optimistically in times when we are basically catastrophizing about what could happen. If you obey the rules, if you stay inside, if you really, really do, then you're doing everything you can do, and you'll probably come out okay. So I think there's an opportunity to be a little bit more optimistic.
Yeah, well, look, it's good advice. Just, I mean, before you go, what do you make of the whole situation?
Oh, that's a really good question. It feels very, very surreal in terms of where we are today. But I will say this. I've never felt more connected to the world. I've never felt more of one piece of the whole world. And we're all in the same boat together. Our emotions are just flying. We have to be able to hold hands together virtually and know that we need each other. And I think this is something that will come out of this, is that we all care. It doesn't matter whether we're rich or poor or any of it. We have each other. And if we can't hold on to that, I think we'll have more peace in the world. And that's what I think.
All right. Well, and you are okay, are you? You're locked up there. I mean, are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm locked up. I'm praying for everyone's good health and that this is over soon. And I just know one thing. If we think of others, sometimes we feel better. Sometimes that's a good thing to do, is to think about other people, not just ourselves. It'll help your mindset and your state of mind.
And how do you think your government's dealing with it? How is Donald Trump dealing with it, do you think?
Don't get me started. You didn't tell me you were going to ask that question. Oh, God.
Well,
I am. I'm disappointed. Let's put it that way.
okay. Well, he's not doing enough, or he didn't do it quickly enough.
Well, oh no, of course not. I mean, that's very clear. There was, a lot of personal observations, which is not what we need. We need the facts, and we need to act quickly. And you can't dream this away. This is real, and everybody knows it. So can't pull the wool over our eyes. We see it.
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
just,
so I think.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say. I mean, I think that without being cruel, which is not my nature, I think there was a lot of mistakes made. I really do. I think we could have gotten a much quicker head start on some of this.
Okay, and just finally, away from the politics, your message to children around the world who may be feeling very nervous about what's going on.
Remember that sometimes bad things can happen, but then what takes the place are good things. And we have to remember that this is a limited experience. This is not your whole life. Just like when you feel sad or angry or fearful, those emotions will go away. And what will replace them is a happy emotion. Let's focus on that.
All right, Goldie, good stuff. And I hope, well, I wish you well through all this. And thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Goldie.
Thank you for having me. Goodbye, everyone. Stay in good health.
Thank you very much.